go over some of this. Let's play this Joe Biden clip. Folks, we have an announcement to make. This is going to be... I'm as about to say the words. Like I hate to say never say never.
Get your words straight, Jack.
Okay, Jack. This will maybe be the last type of Joe Biden clip we play of this ilk, right? Because, we'll see what happens in South Carolina. If Joe Biden pulls away by 10 or 12 percentage points, then maybe we have to get back on this case. Now, we're going to still do drops. You have a drop policy, right? Why don't you state that, Matt?
Well, we don't want any of the ones that show sort of cognitive decline.
Right.
But like the ones that, so for instance, him saying, oh gosh, we're running out of them. He said,
come on, man. That one we're going to do. We'll do come on, man. And we'll do bless me, Father.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, we'll still do that. But the cognitive decline, Joe Biden.
Bless me, Father, if I have sinned.
Those videos, those drops, they're going to end after we play this one. This is our swan song, as it were. But look, you're on the campaign trail. It's exhausting. And some of your muscle memory kicks in from when you ran for the Senate 22 years ago. Was it 20 years ago? Yeah. I mean, it was certainly in the aughts, maybe. So maybe it was 15 years ago. But the issue is ultimately it's going to get a lot tougher than this, and the stakes are going to be a lot higher because he's going to have to, if he wins the nomination. Here he is in South Carolina, not doing himself any favors.
And you're the ones that sent Barack Obama the presidency. And I have a simple proposition here. I'm here to ask you for your help. Where I come from, you don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote for the other guy. Give me a look, though, okay? That's all I've really got to say to you. I'm about...
The other guy? The other guy? Did he say vote for the other guy? The other guy. He went into just automatic pilot mode.
I guess he could have said, if I was going to spin this, I would have said he meant to say from the Senate, but not for the Senate. I'm a candidate from the Senate.
From the Senate?
Which is still wrong.
He was just the vice president.
But, I mean, I don't know.
Well, play it again, because it's the last time we're going to play one of these things, so I want to play that again.
And you're the ones that sent Barack Obama the presidency. And I have a simple proposition here. I'm here to ask you for your help. Where I come from, you don't get far unless you ask. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote for the other guy.
The other bi.
Maybe he's coming out as bi and simultaneously outing the other bi.
Yeah, I was going to say, who's the other bi?
That would be me.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Joe Biden. South Carolina was always his firewall. Depending on whose average of polling you are interested in, his firewall. Let's put it this way. Let's see, 3 months ago, November 12th. Well, let's see. Let's see if I can get it to actually. It's actually 3 months ago. So November 25th, 2019, Joe Biden had 35 points in polling on the RCP, Real Clear Politics poll average, 35 points. Warren had 16. Sanders had 12 or 13, I guess you want to round up. And today, Joe Biden's lead is a little more, about 5 points. That's the 538. He's the polling average, I think, is that's actually just giving the actual. Is that the average? I think the average on on RCP it's 26. They have different polls that they use. 26, 27, and Biden's 21, 22. So it's about 5 points on 538. I think he's up by about what is it?
What's
7
that
points.
bump he just got?
7 points. Yeah, just got some bump there. It's unclear what it is. That seems to coincide with a drop in Steyer. Maybe that's him coming into the state and doing a little last week advertising and whatnot. We will see. If it is the case that his ground game there is weak, then we will see that poll eroded, that lead eroded. But the bottom line is, this was his firewall. And if Bernie Sanders comes within 5 percentage points of him here and, splits the delegates, Joe Biden's just not viable. We have a poll that came out yesterday, I think it was, Morning Consult, maybe it was this morning. I think it was last night, showing that Bernie Sanders' polling lead has increased and that he is now leading amongst black folk in the Democratic primary. And so we shall see.
Hell yeah. We've
shall see.
been hearing from a lot of analysts that Biden's support is squishy because a lot of them are low information voters who are willing to switch when presented with new information.
Well, I don't know if it's that they're low information voters as much as it is that his support was a function of, and I think there's a lot of Democratic voters this year, as opposed to other years, where their number one determinant is whether they think this person can win in the general election.
Oh, that too, for sure.
And nobody knows why, really for sure who can win or not. But certainly past performance is at least, a cue for people. I don't know if it's accurate, but it's a cue. And if Joe Biden's claim to fame and his number one qualification is that he can beat Donald Trump, it is hard to reconcile him losing the first 3 primaries and the idea that he is the candidate who can win. Mm-hmm. And so that's always been Joe Biden's liability, is that his depth of support is pretty shallow insofar as it's tied into his ability to win. And as he doesn't win, it becomes less likely that people perceive him that way. So.
Yeah, and if he's no more electable than Bernie is, people might default to the issues that they care about because they care about those in addition to electability.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. But we'll see after tonight anyways. And then we'll see we'll see what happens. The debate is tonight. I should say the election is Saturday.